Welcome everyone. This is Amy of AGC Magic Tea. Um, just driving around. I'm in Erie, Pennsylvania, going out to Presque State Park. Gonna take a ride around the peninsula, and then I will end the stream. So just enjoy. If you're watching the replay, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. I do thank anyone who will be watching. I know there's a lot of other streams going on. Hello, Rhonda. I just saw that you were live, so sorry. I was just going to go ahead and go live, and whoever's watching is watching. But I'm in Erie, Pennsylvania. I'm going to go out to Presque State Park and kind of drive around the peninsula and maybe stop at one of the beaches just to see how the waves and everything are. I won't be reading the chat, so okay, no problem. I won't be reading the chat because I'll be kind of driving around, so hopefully you guys will get a good view. Right now, I'm just getting to the entrance of the state park, so we got a little ways to go. And I'm just trying to check out some of the other places that used to be along here. There used to be a lot of hotels and motor inns and stuff along here, but now a lot of that has moved out, so you have to stay up on I-90 and up in the upper part of the town of Erie. There are a few places that are down along here, but a lot of cottages or campgrounds. Sorry about that. I'm just trying not to show license plates. Yeah, I've been wanting to invest in a GoPro. I just haven't had a chance to really have an excuse to buy one yet because the main part was going to be using it like at Disney or water parks. And of course, this year and this summer was pretty much a bust. So I'm just kind of holding off. Probably around Christmas, I'll wait and see if there's any deals out there. But who knows what the sales and stuff will be like since it's been pretty dismal in certain places. And the entrance actually has a center called the Tom Ridge Environmental Center. Tom Ridge used to be the governor of Pennsylvania. He is from Erie, Pennsylvania. Then he became our Homeland Security person. I'm going to get in this other lane. And to the kind of on the left-hand side is an amusement park. Hello to anyone who's come in. I believe that was Penguin Master. Just saying hello. I'm going to take a ride around the peninsula, and then probably when I'm done, maybe stop at one of the beaches just to see what the waves are like. And then I may come up and see if I could go at least walk in the amusement park, but I'll have already ended the stream just because I'm not sure how they're operating and different things. But this is how you go down into the peninsula. I did turn the camera a little bit, so I'm not going to be able to read the chat too well because the sun is shining on the car. That bridge above us is for the roller coaster at the amusement park. It goes across the road and then it goes back across to the station. This area is like the camp area. People do have permanent trailers here, and you can also come and camp yourself if they have spaces. And then they have like a restaurant, ice cream place. A lot of people hang out down here because of the camping and everything like that. So it's a popular place. I have friends and relatives that actually have spots of trailers there. They've had them there most of their lives and everything. So they try to come up every year in the summer. So just enjoy the ride. And this is going on to the peninsula. It's Presque State Park. On the right-hand side is the Erie Bay, and downtown is on the other side of the bay. And then this is the peninsula. So you'll see like different people fishing along the bike trails. There's the bike trail. There's and this is where you would come down. They do have the beaches. There are some like canoe rentals and stuff like that. I've never done that. Hello, Shannon Evans. Thank you for joining. There is an area where you could take a taxi service and go over to the pier in downtown Erie on the bay side. I've never done that before, but I've seen the signs. But we've always just come down to here. When I was a kid and even growing up, we would get up here, have breakfast on the beach, usually stay and have lunch, depending on how early we've gotten here. Sometimes we would actually have our dinner and then head back to our hotel room, and then we would go to the amusement park for the evening or do something else. Sometimes we have gone down to the Bay Area. Whenever I was growing up, it's not as built up as it is now down in that area. So we pretty much spend most of the days here at the beaches and at the hotel. And they used to have hotels that were right at the entrance of Presque State Park. We always stayed there as a family, and it was close by, and sometimes we would spend time just maybe getting up and go swimming in the pool and stuff at the hotel, and then come down here in the afternoon and cook our lunch or dinner. And then sometimes we may have gone to the McDonald's and picked up our lunch and then had dinner down here. It just depended on when we got up here and how long we were staying. For me, this is just a day trip up here. It takes about 3 hours to get up here. And then when I'm done, I'll just head on home after looking around. I had just stopped in town because I was looking for an ice cream place that some friends of mine have always talked about, and it's pretty good. And I think I've heard Jeff and Angela say that also. Hello, Addiction Mouse. Thank you. Hello, Art Maker Forever. But now, turn the camera and you can see the bay a little bit better. Oops, it doesn't want to turn. I thought it would. So just enjoy the drive. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up. I'm Amy of AJC Magic TV. If it wasn't the time of year that we've had, a lot of times I would have things on Disney World, different attractions in areas of Orlando, Florida. I do live in Pennsylvania most of the time, and in Pittsburgh, in the Pittsburgh area, I would be doing the Carnegie Museums and the Science Center and all the various museums too, plus a ride on the Gateway Clipper fleets. Yeah, and also areas of Ohio and West Virginia, but with the different travel types of things, I haven't gone out of state or anything. Erie, Pennsylvania, if you're ever interested and you're in this area, you can go to Niagara Falls, and it's about a two-hour drive further on up the road, up I-90 to Niagara Falls on the U.S. side, and you can still see the falls on either side. Right now, of course, you can't go across the borders because they're closed. And we've done that where we've stayed here. We were here for like a big long weekend, and we drove up to Niagara Falls for the day. Got up early, did our stuff, and then came back here, and it was an easy drive. And actually on this peninsula here, they have a lot of picnic areas. Also, there is a marina back in here. So some people do hold their boats here. There's also a marina in the downtown Erie area by the bay. And they have bicycle rentals here because I've done that with my nephew and niece before. We rented the bikes. They did a better job than I did on the biking, and just because I'm kind of short and it's hard to find. If I don't have my own bike to get my height and everything like that, that it, it's a little bit harder and it gets tiring. But they pretty much rode their bike around the whole place. And this is one of the areas where you can get one of the ferry boats. They also have a scenic tour boat around. I've done that a couple times. Sometimes they can only stay in the Bay Area because it depends on how the weather is and the waves and how choppy the water is. Sometimes they will go onto the actual open lake side. Yeah, this area, I could see where you would miss it. I know the Ohio, this goes into Ohio if you're from Cedar Point, and that's all Lake Erie there. I know Lake Erie is, in various parts you have to watch. It can be dangerous as far as undertows and stuff like that. There even I've never really heard too many stories about people like on this peninsula and their beaches, but people that may go swimming that's down further, like going towards New York, Buffalo and stuff. I've heard of drownings and different things because of the currents and stuff like that. I'm not saying it couldn't happen on this beach area and everything, but or some of the other things, but you have to be careful depending on where you enter the lake and the water and everything. Welcome in. Hello, Penguin Master. Mike 88 New NYC. In this area, they don't allow surfers, and I think they will allow you with a boogie board as long as you have one of the rope things that connect to your wrist, like one of the wrist things. Because I actually carry a boogie board in my trunk. It's probably all dry rotted now because I don't think we ever actually got a chance to use it. And I know my nephew and niece, they have them, and I think they brought them up here before and used them. But that's the extent of that. They don't really want you, because you can, I don't even know if they let the kids with the flotation, like life jackets in the lake, just because you could really get caught in if it's rough. It is Lake Erie is probably the shallowest of the Great Lakes, I believe. And also sometimes if they get very, very hot trends of weather and stuff here, you have to watch. They sometimes have to close the beaches because of various bacteria type of things, or I forget what they call that, but they've had to do that on certain sections because of the shallowness, and then the temperature of the water and stuff doesn't mix well. Yeah, it is very beautiful just driving around, relaxing. That's why I said hopefully I'll stop at the one beach area that we normally like to go to. There's usually one area where it's like more beachy. A lot of the beaches, they eroded pretty much, and I mean they have some areas, but then there's a big drop off, and you can actually see the white caps out on the water. So it's pretty windy today, if you could see that going across the bay, and that's the bay side there. So it's got to be a rough day out on the lakeside. So I doubt if they're even letting people, if they are letting people in the water, it's probably a very small section of that area. But you could see the white caps and stuff. So yeah, it looks like it's pretty rough, and that's the Bay Area, and it's usually calmer on that section. Let's see if I can turn my thing so you can see it, but I'll be getting out up here. There's an area I can walk around and you can kind of see. And a lot of people, it's usually busy with people on bikes or walking along the trails. And they have certain areas where it's just for bikes only. Some areas it's walking and biking. And they also rent those Surrey bikes, but they only let them in certain areas also. There is also a Coast Guard station located on this peninsula. Now the water is pretty high up onto the trail there. That's how rough it is. You can see it going up there. I know at 4 o'clock there is the nerd talk and everything, so I don't want to cut into their time. But if I do stick around longer, I may go down to the docks area and I'll try and maybe go live again. But you can see the water just kind of going up along here. I'm gonna pull up here because this is a nice area where you can kind of walk around and at least get an idea of the bay area and everything. And then I'll pull into another area where the beaches are. And this area looks like it's pretty calm in this section here because this is more of an inlet of the bay. It's called Misery Bay, I believe. Because there was a battle here, and in fact that's the Harry Monument at the end. Now I gotta watch the ducks. Yeah, the next tour is not until 5 p.m., which is their sunset cruise. That's really nice to ride on that at times too. I'm just gonna go over this side so I can walk over towards the bay, and that way you can kind of see it. I'm gonna pull over this way. Plus then I can read the chat. I'll probably put you on on my tripod. I do have the gimbal, but it's not really next to me for me to do that. So hopefully I'm still getting a good signal and haven't died, or you guys are still there. Oh wow, 8 hours. Yep. So hang on, be just a little bit bumpy while I get myself out of the car. And find the tripod real quick. Yeah, in fact, it's pretty windy up here, and you can probably hear the wind. And you can see different people picnicking. It's pretty windy up here. I was debating whether to turn around and go somewhere else, but it was off and on raining on my way up, and it wasn't raining in this area, but you can tell a storm's gonna come. And I'm sorry if it's totally windy, but it is pretty windy. I got out of the car and it wanted to shut the door on me. I'm actually surprised they even are having that scheduled boat tour at 5 o'clock because it looks pretty rough. And those boats aren't that big. Hello, Griswold Family Vacay. Welcome to the stream. I'm up at Presque State Park. Right now it's pretty windy and I'm kind of like at the edge of the peninsula. And you can just see how rough the bay of Lake Erie is right here. As it's coming up onto the bike path and everything. Across the bay is downtown Lake Erie. And that's where the convention center and the tower and the docks and stuff. Now it's hard for me to see the chat, so I do apologize. But you can just see how rough it is. I'm gonna probably get back in the car and we'll go to one of the beaches just to see how it fares there. But this area is where the Perry Monument is. That's where the Perry Monument is, and then also from the bay, there's the entrance into the main lake of Lake Erie. And this area is a little cove because during the war, where the Perry Monument and everything is, they had a bay called Misery Bay where a lot of ships sank or boats sank and people passed away and stuff. Sorry if you couldn't hear, it's kind of windy like I said. I'll show you this map and it'll kind of give you an idea. And I'm sorry if it's a little shaky. I just put you on the tripod because it was easier to grab that at that point. But this is where we're at the Perry Monument. And it's down at the end of the way down there. Hello, Dennis Algazi. Thank you for joining. But this is what the peninsula for Presque State Park is. It's up in Lake Erie. And yeah, and this is the Perry Monument, and there's all about it. And then it tells you some other historical places. But we're at Crystal Point. And you can see the different names of the little areas that they have there. A lot of geese around here too. And there are a lot of people picnicking. But we're going to drive along by the beaches. And then I'll probably end the stream. Because I know Nerd Talk comes on at 4 p.m. And I know other streams I may try to go live again a little bit later once I go into some other things. You can just see the geese. A lot of them are walking right into the water there. And there's actually, that's where you can get a scenic boat tour. I'm actually surprised at 5 p.m. they're actually still going to have it because that water looked pretty rough. They probably won't go out into the regular lake part, but the bay area looked rough. Oh, okay, Dennis. Hello, Redemption Tech Zach, if you're still here. Hello, Penguin Master. Hello, Danny, Art Maker. Mike 88 NYC and Rhonda Dances with Goofy. And I'm not sure if Garrett came in. And then also Shannon Evans. But this area is way over in that area is where the Coast Guard station, and then they do have some boathouses that kind of hook up out in that area too. But I'm gonna go ahead and get to my car, and then we'll drive to one of the beaches, and then I'll probably end the stream, just because it also the signal sometimes out here doesn't hold as well. Put you up in the holder up here. There we go. Pretty windblown there. Hello, Randy and Kathy. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I had seen his name or not. It was hard to see the chat, but I didn't want to miss him. But he's probably I know they were all... Mama Moss was on. I'm not sure if she still was on. Yes, Randy and Kathy, it is pretty windy. I'm actually at the end of the peninsula, so I can see where it's pretty windy there. But when we get to the regular beaches, you'll definitely feel the wind and see the wind and everything. So we'll go ahead and do that. And you can actually see the... yes, I am. Oh, but it's on the other side because I'm actually out on the peninsula. But when you come into Presque State Park, you do go by it. But on this stream, I probably will not end up going there. Or I'm going to end the stream probably before I actually come back out of here. Or I could, once I do the beach part of it, because I'm actually not going to stay out here too long. But I can always end it in the parking lot of Aldermere. Because I'm not sure what their rules are, if you had to make a reservation or do it. I know normally you can go into that park for free. And then you can decide, if you want to get the ride all day band or pay as you go. But I do look around and I'll probably just vlog it. But I'm also then going to head back home. So I'm not going to stay there too long. Just because it looks like it's going to get ready to storm and stuff anyway. And that area is like a lagoon. If you have a boat, you can put your boat or pontoon in there. And it looks like they have canoe and boat rentals there. or kayaks. And my friend, yeah, they're on this end. Those boats that float, the houses that float around and everything. I've never actually gone back that road because I didn't know if you could because of the it also being the Coast Guard area. So I've never really gone back into there. In this area. Hopefully the signal did go out here. This area, this beach 11 that I'm by, hi Diane Bush, this area that I'm going by, that's a little bit calmer area. This beach 11. I'll go back here and just see, but I know the signal will probably go out, so just make sure you guys refresh and also make sure that your live button is red. I think that's why the other reason why I never really came back in this area. Okay, you can see them from here, so we'll kind of just drive by, and then I will probably turn around because I don't want to get into the Coast Guard area. But I'll pull up here, and that way you guys can see them. And it looks like, yeah, they would have to take little boats out to their houses. So that's pretty cool. I have seen them and heard about them from a little boat tour and stuff that I've been on before. But we'll just pull here so you can just see a few of them. And then I'm going to tell them to go head back to the beaches. But as you can see, if they want to get out to those houses, they have to have some form of transportation to get out there. And you can see, like that guy there, his boat, the dock is moving around and everything. So that would probably be fun and interesting to stay out there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Yeah. But there's probably at least 20 or so of them there. Kind of like something where in Seattle or, you know, other areas that probably have stuff like that. I'm not sure who actually stays or lives there, or if it's people. I'm guessing probably somebody for the summer, or maybe some of the people who maybe are lifeguards, or somebody that just, hey, I want to own one of those and stay up here for the summer. It's pretty interesting. In the winter and the lake freezes, you can walk out. Oh, okay. And this is the Coast Guard station there. So that's the Coast Guard. Oops. And I'm going to turn around up here. And this is actually the crossing area where you go from the pier. They have a pier up here where people can fish and stuff. But you go from the bay into the main lake of Lake Erie. So this is one of the points here that you can go to. I've never actually come out this far, and then that's one of the lighthouses that's out here on the peninsula and everything. So this is actually one of the few times I might have been out here when I was younger, but This is one of the few times that I've actually ever come out here, out to this area, except I've been on the scenic tour boats, and you go by this area, and I always wondered how you could get out to there, because you see them on top of the gates there. Because that's where you go transition. And that goes for, any of the industry boats that come through here. I know a few years back we were here. They do the Tall Ship Festival. It's usually around now in August. I don't know if they'll still have it or not. But they bring in the tall ships. But I've been here when they had a Navy aircraft carrier, probably like a smaller size one. But I've seen that also. Yeah, I've seen that before too, where they fish, and that's why it was pretty crowded back there. But yeah, that area is really nice. I'll just give you another glimpse so you can kind of get a glimpse of what it looks like there. Because there are a lot of cars back in there too. But that's the water neighborhood, I guess you would say. That would be kind of nice and relaxing. Hello, Monarch Moments. Welcome in. But it's getting close to 4 o'clock, and I know, I don't know if any of you are into Marvel, but they are at 4 o'clock on This Our Dreams. They are talking Doctor Strange with their nerd talk. If you're interested, I'm going to stay on just a little bit longer till I show one of the beaches. This one's Beach 11, and I know they do a program out here in the towards the end of the summer. I doubt if they'll do it this year, but you can come and learn to fish and stuff with the park rangers, and you camp out here overnight. And it's a pretty neat program, and they allow you the equipment, or you have your own equipment. So it's and it's a calmer beach area there, kind of like how the old time when the beaches were. And then I have a lot of friends that live up around here. I know, like, after work for them, sometimes they'll come down here and go walking on the trails, or hiking on the trails, or even just to go and sit and relax after work and enjoy the beach, because it really doesn't shut down till sundown. And it's just relaxing. A lot of times, I remember being in my younger years, like beach 1 and 2, like the closer beaches to the entrance of the park. That's where a lot of the locals would go, because it was just quick and easy to pull into there versus driving all the way back here. They do a lot of races on bikes and stuff here also, out on this peninsula and stuff like that, because I had looked into like a 5K and a 10K and stuff out here. And do a lot of fundraisers, and sometimes they even have fundraiser concerts and stuff at certain beaches. But this is one of the beaches that I'll go to, and then I'll probably go ahead and end the stream, just because I know at 4 o'clock the nerd talk and everything, and I might just stay on a little bit longer so I get to the amusement park. And it's a yellow flag day. I don't know if Penguin Master's still in the chat, she could tell you what the yellow flag day means, because a lot of times I never can remember. But it's probably the windy. Is probably what that is for the wind and everything like that. Pretty rough there. Not too rough, but I've seen it rougher. But if you really like the waves and stuff, these are the areas to come to. I'll take you off of here. I'm just going to hand carry you. And this beach is called the Bundy Beach, Beach 10. And there's beaches all along the road. But this one's kind of nicer because it doesn't have the drop off, like the deep drop off like they do on some of the other beaches nowadays. Because the beaches keep getting shorter and shorter. But this is what it looks like, and you can just see some of the waves and stuff. And they do mark off where you can and can't go, because they only have so many lifeguards. It looks like they have 2 lifeguard stations open in this area. I'm just trying to social distance because, as you can see, it's not too much out in the water. Yes, this is Beach 11, Diane. Or this is Beach 10. Beach 11, we had passed that already. And when you go further down, I'll walk down this way just so you can see on the other beaches and stuff to help stop the erosion. Even though there is a lot of erosion, they had put those rock formations out in the water. And this goes all the way to Canada. Going up, pointing that way, goes up to Buffalo, New York, and over Niagara Falls. And the other way goes all the way up to Sandusky, Ohio, Toledo, and basically outside of Michigan by Toledo there. And then Ontario, Canada is on the other side. It doesn't seem as windy as it did on the bay side though. But I'm probably protected because I'm in between some areas. But I probably could drive down the road a little bit and it might be windier just because it's more open. Sand in my shoes, yep. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't go in a freshwater lake. So, I mean, I love coming here, it's fun. But unfortunately, only thing I could really do is kind of stand at the edge of the water. I can't fully immerse myself in the lake, so because of a transplant that I had, so that's the only thing here. I live too far from the ocean that where I could go if I wanted to go in the water. So it's pretty much swimming pools for me. And I try to just stick to a private swimming pool if I can at times. But I'll go ahead and finish the trip around the peninsula. And when I get up to the amusement park, I will end the stream. Actually, I already had ice cream. I went to a place called Whippy Dip. So, otherwise I probably would stop there. But I had already had ice cream at Whippy Dip because I went to go find it because a lot of friends have talked about it, and and that was pretty good too. Garrett, it's probably in the 80s. It doesn't feel overly hot because it is windy, and that it was actually a storm. Was kind of going around here. I wasn't here when it was raining, but when I was out on the highway a little bit south of here, rain had gone through. So I don't know if another storm will come through or it's just the remnants of a rainstorm that came through. But it's probably in the 80s. It's not overly hot because of the wind that's blowing and everything. Yeah. And I probably have a mad penguin master for not calling and picking them up. But I'm gonna drive back around to the amusement park and then end the stream. And then you can hop on if you don't have another device. If you're into Nerd Talk, you can support This Our Dreams, Tracy Glenn, Kenzie Days' dad, Kenzie Days, and Russ Stapleton. And they are talking about Doctor Strange. And it is was a kind of a strange movie. Oops. Sorry, it's kind of bumpy on the parking lot. So I do apologize. I saw a police guy pulling over somebody. So I was like, oh, hope he wasn't like coming after me for something. Because I was parked in the right spot, and that's how they must have been flying through. Because they do have a speed limit here that they like to keep it low. And they do have an area they call it Pelican Point. I hope I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Some areas there's not a good signal. They do have low speed limits in here. They don't want you flying through here because they do have bicyclists and walkers and runners and just people pulling out for the parking areas or the beaches. So you just want to kind of take a leisurely drive through here. I do thank everyone for joining that has joined. I do appreciate you joining. I know it was in between streams and stuff like that, but I figured, well, welcome back. I'm sorry I hit an area that was I kept losing the connection. If you're still here, thank you for still hanging on. I'm gonna Oh wow, I did not know that. Oh, you're welcome, Kathy. I can probably truly understand that because I know some people that still haven't been able to really get out and get around or anything. Presque is nearly equal distance to Buffalo, Niagara Falls, and Pittsburgh. Oh wow, did not know that though. I know for me, it's a little over 100 miles to come up here. I meant that I was going to pull over in one of these beach areas so you can at least see another view of the beach, but I passed where I wanted to go. Maybe I'll go down this road just so we can see. Hopefully I don't lose you guys. Yeah, I passed the one area I wanted to pull in. It had a nice little lot. So I can't. Yes, Erie, PA, the downtown area is on the other side of this. This is connected to Erie. It's part of Erie, Pennsylvania. I even have, yeah, it's saying no service available here. So let me pick up another area because it's not allowing me to pick up a signal here. This area here is kind of like a picnic area and stuff. They have pavilions that you can rent, restrooms. Yeah, it's weird. I just drove down a little bit and got all kinds of signal there. But I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, I thought maybe I would have been able to go out onto that little pier so you could at least see what the the water area. And I think I'm actually going the wrong way, so I got to turn around. So it is one way through here. So I do apologize. Oh no, it's two ways. Oh, you're welcome, Monarch Moments. I'm going to go straight out and up to the amusement park. That way you can kind of see what it looks like. It's an old-fashioned amusement park. It's been there for many years. And I'm not going to go in and show it. I do have an old stream where I am inside and showing it. I probably will take some video if I actually am able to go in, because I'm not sure what their rules are as far as allowing different people in, or if you have to have a reservation or anything. Oh, you're welcome, Rhonda. I do appreciate that you guys have joined. I know you could be doing many other things and other streams or whatever, different activities and things. This is where the Surrey bike rental place is that you can go. We've rented bikes there one other time just because we didn't have our bikes, and my nephew wanted to rent bikes and my niece, so I said that they could. And they actually had those water bikes that a bunch of people were on and doing. So that's pretty neat. I've never seen anybody out there doing that activity before. And they do have group shelters that you can rent, like for your family. We usually just came up and grabbed a picnic table and just went and it's ride or die Sunday, baby. No problem, Rhonda. I know you're trying out your stream and everything. Here's like Beach 6. They have volleyball courts there because they actually do a volleyball tournament. I probably should have went down that way because, like I said, I just wanted to see what the waves and everything were down in that section. And if it's easy to walk up to the beach, just to get an idea. That's why I was hoping that one spot would have been. Yes, we would picnic we'd get up here, we'd get up super early, get up here, make breakfast on the beach with our grill, have lunch, and then sometimes we would actually have dinner here. Other times we'd get cleaned up and go eat somewhere. Oh, you're welcome, Dennis. So it's no longer there, but the big Super Kmart, or the Big K it was called, the building's still there, and the sign is still there for the Big K, which is Kmart. We used to stop there. We'd have our cooler, we'd pick up charcoal, because sometimes we would just be out on a Saturday and decide, let's drive up, and we'd buy a throwaway grill. But a lot of times we would stop for charcoal and grab food to cook, and we'd stay here for a couple days. Other times we would plan it out. So it just depended on how many days and what we were planning on doing. And we always went to Waldemere Park in the evening. Nowadays it's really built up because they put the water park and they added the water park. They actually bought a lot of the old hotel land that's there. There's a Sheets, and then of course the rest is either the parking lot or water park of Waldemere. But we used to stay in hotels that were right along the road there where Waldemere actually took over and bought out. And I know some people, they'll rent some cottages and stuff. And most of the hotels now, you have to go stay up by on Route 90 on Peach Street. And they're, if you're into indoor water parks, they do have Splash Lagoon Water Park up by there. But there's a lot of hotels that are around the mall, Mill Creek Mall, that stay at. But down close to the peninsula, there's hardly any these days. In fact, the one Comfort Inn that it started out as a Hampton Inn, then was a Comfort Inn, but whoever owns it now went private with it. And so now I think it's called the Presque Inn or something. And it's no longer... Yeah. Yeah, it's no longer a Comfort Inn. And this is the Nature Center Interpreter Center. So I guess if you need that service and everything, you can go there. The other thing that they had put in, I don't think it's open on Sundays, but Tom Ridge was the governor of Pennsylvania a few years back, many years back, and he was from Erie, Pennsylvania, so they named an environmental center and tower after him. And you can go up in the tower and you see what it looks like from above on the peninsula and everything, so you can kind of get a feel what Erie, this part of Erie looks like. They also have a tower down by the bay at the docks that you can go up. They call it the Freedom Tower, I believe. So you can go up there, and you can also fish at the docks and stuff. I just want to see what this beach kind of looks like real quick. I may lose you, hopefully not. See if it was easy to get on, but it doesn't look like it as far as walking on. I don't know if I can pull here because I kind of wanted to see what the beach looked like, but I'm not going to worry about it. But the wind is starting to pick up on this side of the area and stuff. And when we were out by the Perry Monument, water was just now this area is the entrance to Presque. And then there's a condominium place next to it that's privately owned. Darn. And that bridge above us that we're going, that's for one of the roller coasters. It goes up and over the highway. And you can see the water park there at Waltermere. It looks like they actually closed it down, so I don't know how late the park is open, so it's probably looks like it's closing. And it is 4:30, so they might have closed it down thinking the weather was going to get bad. And that's the wave pool, so yeah, it looks like they closed. Well, the wave pool is still open because there's some people in it. But this area, that's all parking lot, used to be hotels and cottages for rent. But here's the wave pool, so you can see it. Yeah, so do I, Rhonda. Hope somebody came in behind me. Yeah, I kind of want to go swimming myself these days. And if you walk through these gates and down the one path, it'll take you into the amusement park part. And they do have another parking lot on the other side of this area, because this park's like there's cottages and stuff like right through those woods there. And then there's another parking lot that you can enter right into the actual amusement park. But that's Water World, and then the regular amusement park's over in there. But I'm gonna park my car, and then I will end the stream because I'm not sure if I can actually go into the park. So I need to find that out, and then if I do, I'll vlog it and at least give you an idea of what it looks like. But I also do have a live stream on my channel, AJC Magic TV, of a stream that I did. Actually, last summer I was up here, and that's how I met the This Our Dreams crew, because they were watching. I know Jeff was watching, and then that's how they contacted me. And then everything else was history, because we were getting ready to make our trips to Florida for the Beverly Challenge and Galaxy's Edge opening. Okay, Rhonda, thank you for joining. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I do thank everyone who's joined. I'm Amy of AJC Magic TV. Thank you very much for joining. Go check out This Our Dreams channel for Nerd Talk. They are talking about Doctor Strange. They're actually doing a series on the Marvel, all the way up to the very last Marvel of the Infinity Wars and Endgame. So have a great day. Yeah, Waldemere Park there. I probably said it wrong, but it is Waldemere Park. And they actually have a water park now called Water World. So I do thank all of you guys for joining. Thank you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up if you're watching the replay. I do thank everyone for joining. If you are watching the replay and new to the channel, take a look at our videos, take a look at our live streams, and consider subscribing. It would be much appreciated. And I will see you guys all in the chats, and see you all later. Have a great day, and let the adventures begin. Bye, everyone, and thank you for joining.